Okay,
We're back.
we are back. What's good, family? What is good? It's so good to be back with you yet
Mm-hmm.
again on another Monday evening for the Incubators Couch. How have you been? Let us know in the chat right now how you've been. In fact, on a scale of 1 to 5, how was your week since our last
I
session
know.
together?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the therapist asks when you come into the office. Like,
Yeah. So what
give
have
us
you? Yeah.
how has it been? Have you been able to take what we learned last time and
Mm-hmm.
apply
To
them?
your business. And what
And
happened?
then tell us what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to dive right in today. We've got Abria Queen
Yes, she
as
will
our
be our
guest.
guest.
That's gonna be
And
dope.
a little introduction for if you're new to the Incubators Couch. The Incubators Couch is unscripted, vulnerable conversations with business owners just like you. Did I say that right? I
You
missed
got it. You just
something.
missed the and entrepreneurs.
And entrepreneurs
That's
just
right.
like you.
That's right. That's right.
And we are here. We are your resource where we have other entrepreneurs, business owners, incubators come on the show,
That's right.
and they do a little therapy session. They share, an experience they've had and what did they learn from it. And we mix in there a little, host rant, something
Yeah.
that we kind of vent about.
That's our
Yes,
therapy
that's
session.
our therapy
The guest
session.
gets their therapy session. The host rant is our therapy session. But we also share a resource of the week as well.
Yes,
I'm going
yes.
to dive into all of the above right now. Let me say this. As a content entrepreneur, right? So what I do on a regular basis is create content, but I also produce shows, which is creating content for myself and for clients. Again, content. I also produce podcasts, quote memes, all the different little repurposing strategies that you know of out there. All of it is content, and that's
Content.
why I said at the beginning, as a content entrepreneur, one of the things that I always get is the opportunity to work with brands. Like if we could pan the camera just this way a little bit, you would see there's an entire
Wall.
wall of boxes. And
Yes.
one of the things that is has become just a very interesting dynamic for me is working with brands to cover their products. Working with brands to cover their products, to talk about their products, to talk about what's good about their products, what's bad about their products, how does their product match up or measure up with other products in the market space that is competing with theirs. And as you can imagine, as I'm saying it to you, you probably are picking up right now that man, that's a serious needle to thread. Let me say this: um, every entrepreneur must learn how to read a contract, must learn how to read a contract. I can't tell you how many times I have come across these contracts for these brands that want me to do something, and I'm looking at the contract like, there's no way I could sign this. So my frustration is simply this: not just content entrepreneurs, but brands. You need to think like a content entrepreneur when you're sending us your contract. I can't tell you how many times I'll sit with a brand ambassador or somebody who's representing a brand, and I'll say, just read this page, that section for me. Just read it out loud and tell me what you think. Yeah, the creator will allow us to use this in perpetuity for the remainder of their life. What, who's signing that? No, nobody's signing that. You can't. No, if that's what your contract states, you're going to have to pay way more for a lifetime deal. And these are. I know this kind of flows into so many other areas as well. Even as business owners, you have to deal with contracts. You have to create contracts and send them out. But for the contracts that we receive in, put a 2 in the chat if you've ever been just like, where did they come up with this contract from? Like, who's signing this contract in this format? Like, what did they even read it after they downloaded it off of the template website that they grabbed it from? Like, contracts is supposed to be a binding agreement between the two parties who are, going to do work together in whatever shape, form, or fashion. Now, in my place, it's I'm thinking of brands in terms of content, in terms of covering those things from a video perspective. But it may be a totally different aspect for you. But for me, number one, I always have to read them, and it takes a lot of time. Number two, if the brands could, if the person sending me the contract could simply just give me something that was in the realm of reality, right? I mean, we're not even asking for a whole lot, just asking that you would give me something that is in the sphere of something I could sign or you could even negotiate on. But sometimes the asks that are on these joints, it's like, yeah, keep your product, keep your brand, keep everything. I'm not signing that. And I just want to see if there's even one or two witnesses out there in the chat right now. Just go to put something in there. Let me know, like if you've ever dealt with a contract that was just absolutely unreasonable, and when you brought it to their attention, they agreed that it was also unreasonable. So if we both agree, why did you send this to me?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
One guy actually said, "Man, I've had like 4 or 5 people sign this and nobody caught that. I've never seen that clause before. I've never seen that section before." And I'm just like, "What?" Bro, I need for you, before you send me the contract, how about you read it?
True.
Because if you are saying it's unreasonable, then probably the person signing it's going to think it's unreasonable too. So that's my little rant for today. I know
Okay.
we're just kind of hanging out, looking at some of the different things. But we also have a resource of the week, and in that section, Kanique's going to kind of take over for us. So
Okay, go
let's
for it.
dive into that right now.
All right. So we are talking about BNI,
BNI.
Business Networking International. Don't mind that business is spelled incorrectly. It has 2 S's in there,
Oh,
but you
that's
get what it
terrible.
means. It's Business at Networking International.
Let me get off of that
And
screen.
that is an organization that we are a part of, our business is a part of. And we've been with BNI since 2018. So it's been a little minute since we've been in there. And what it is about is it is a networking organization.
Largest,
It's
yeah.
international.
Yeah.
It's the largest referral networking organization. And when I say referral, like that is the meat of it. It's based on passing referrals to business owners within your networking group. And what's unique about it is that each group has one seat for each industry.
Yeah.
So I'm not competing with other people in my group.
In that
So
group.
there's not multiple web designers. There's only one.
One.
So
In her
and
group,
in my
yes. In
group.
her
So
chapter,
yeah. So whatever referrals someone in that chapter has for a web design project, they're sending it automatically to me. Like
This is a cheat code.
that's the cheat code, y'all. Any referrals coming in or they have seen or they want to put in contact with for any web stuff, automatically they're like, Kanique is in my group. That's who I'm sending that referral to. And what I really also love about BNI is that it is so structured. I like stuff to be organized and structured. And the way how it's set up, like there's a set amount of this thing that you need to do. You come to the meeting every Thursday. You do these amount of CEUs, which you should already be doing.
What is a CEU?
CEUs are continuing education.
Units.
And what you should be bettering yourself and your business on a weekly basis. So you're just logging that information in a nice app that keeps track of everything. It keeps track of, how much money you've made in the chapter since you've joined, from when you first joined to 12 months to 6 months. Like it has so much data that they're tracking in that app alone, which I think is beneficial because a lot of times when you join a networking organization, you are not really, if you're not doing that yourself to track your numbers, then you don't really know.
Yeah.
But with BNI, it's tracking it for you so you can show, okay, I made a great investment, a great return on investment, your
Yes.
ROI. And that's really important for you to see, is this, being a part of this group is valuable? Am I getting something out of it? And I highly recommend it. It's international, like I said, and you can find a chapter in your area. Most likely you'll find a chapter. I guarantee you find a chapter.
One of the other things that's in the app, you can actually schedule, or not schedule, but log your
Log your
one-on-ones.
one-to-ones,
And I'm saying one-on-one because that's the general term, but I think in BNI they call it one-to-one. But either way, the idea is the best way for you to refer somebody's business is for you to actually know a little bit more about that
Yes.
business. And what ends up happening in these one-on-ones, one-to-ones with other business owners in your own group is, generally speaking, you can book business
Yep.
in the
In
one-on-one.
the one, yeah.
And because sometimes, so like for us, if we had the Gumbo Network on, if we want to
Yeah.
work with him, we are gonna use his business first before we refer anybody to him. And so it's like, all right, well, create a logo for me for this. And now that I've seen his work, now that I've seen his entire brand package, the hex codes, the numbers, the color palettes, I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you are somebody I can now refer, because that's not a portion of our business, but it's adjacent. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now when clients come to you because you're in BNI, you now have this whole array of services. And I'll be quite honest with you, fam. So we're talking about things with the Gumbo Network. It's something that's adjacent, but there are many things
Yes.
that have nothing to do with our business. Okay, our insurance is from
Yep. It's
somebody
through
in
someone.
BNI.
Yep.
Our pest
Pest
control
control.
is now from somebody through BNI.
Yep.
We had some plumbing issues, and we had
Yes, it was
somebody from
someone through
BNI come
BNI.
through.
And the thing that I want to point out especially is that these are quality
Yes.
business owners that are in
Yes.
these groups, because it's not like they just say, I want to join, and you just join.
Yes.
That's not how it works. There's an
No.
interview process. We do some background checking, and it can get as detailed as like really going back to see, is this person credible? Does this person stand behind what they say they provide? Like, we do a whole interview process to make sure whoever we select into these groups are worth having in our chapter. Because if they are not doing what they say that they do, if they are not good, we automatically remove
Yeah.
them from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
group.
yeah. Yeah.
Because, when I
It ain't gonna
refer
happen like that.
someone,
Yeah.
I need them to be quality because it looks bad on me.
Yeah.
So it's very like they
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
play.
up to and including they can be removed.
Yeah, you can
So
be
it's not like,
removed.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm now in BNI, so I don't have to do good work anymore. No,
No.
you need to
And it's
need to
it's a
maintain.
continuous evaluation
Yeah,
process. Like,
yeah.
if somebody has put in a written notice saying so and so did not do what they were going to do, they're going to look into that, and
Yeah.
then they will weigh if it's worth keeping you in the group, or if they're going to ask you kindly to leave.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
The last piece I have up on the screen, Kanique already touched on it earlier, but I wanted to double click the business development aspect. I can't tell you how much the BNI is pouring into. We've shared it here before on Incubators Couch. You may have a skill set and a specific expertise, whatever that might be. You could be a hairdresser, I don't know, you could be a dentist, but making that into a business is another expertise. And so what they do is ensure that you have that sure foundation so that your business can develop and grow. So they have a vested interest in you. There is a membership fee. I want to make sure that folk understand that
there is
there
a
is a
fee.
membership fee. And I've also heard it said that BNI is kind of like the CrossFit of networking.
No, for real.
It is a different level.
is.
We're not talking about like a casual networking type of deal. If you don't know how to do your own pitch, if
Yeah,
you don't know
you
how to
gotta
do your
know how to
60
pitch,
seconds,
yeah.
if you don't know how to, pitch your business, who are you looking for? What's your
Yeah.
ideal customer? Who your target you first of all, you will learn those if you
Yes,
stay
you
long
are.
enough.
Yes, you will.
And that is a huge benefit, being able to
is.
just stand up and be like, boom, my name is Kirk Nugent and we're from Composition LLC and we want to just having that spiel ready because you have to
Yes.
do it every
Every
single
single
week.
week,
You
yeah.
will go to the meeting. That's business development at its best.
And it's not like they are not willing to help you. Like,
Yeah.
we have groups within the chapter itself where we actually coach each other on how we can better our businesses, how we can work on our 30
Oh, yeah.
seconds. Like, it's not like they throw
30
you into the
seconds, 30
fire.
seconds.
They actually coach you through these things, which I absolutely appreciate.
Yeah.
And just one final thing.
Yep.
The intangibles. Like, I have been in the group for so long that I've formed so many relationships with people who have stayed in the group, and even people who have left. I still have
Yeah.
those relationships. And these are people that I'm really close to now. Like, I can just call them, hey, I need help with this. And they show up, even free of cost. They'll be like, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
So those are the intangibles as well. And another intangible, like getting up every week. That has been beneficial for me, where now I am much more comfortable than when I first started.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of perks to it.
And in business, that's a real thing. You've got to be able to stand and deliver, essentially.
Yeah. Talk about
But
your
no,
business.
we can't say enough. We could do an entire episode
Yeah, we
about
could.
BNI, really. But we wanted to show the case that as a resource of the week.
Mm-hmm.
They are literally in every city in the country, and I would even say the world. It's a worldwide organization. You have a BNI chapters, plural, near you. There's like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 in this little city of Huntsville. So you definitely have one. And it's free to go and check out.
Yeah, it
Just
is
go,
free.
Just go on the website, bni.com, find
Find
the
the local-
nearest chapters, pick one, and say, hey, I'd like to be a guest.
Yeah.
And they'll let you come in. And I think just go there as a guest. And see and test it out. I challenge you to do that. That's part of your therapy this week. Yeah, that's part of your therapy this week.
Come back and tell
Come
us
back
how
and
it
let us
went
know how it went.
next week.
But with that said, we're gonna get on the couch with the Breer Queen for our therapy session. Let's go. Well, we are so glad to be back for another episode of Incubators Couch. Welcome to the podcast for our audio listeners, but we also want to say welcome to our live show viewers as well.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, indeed. All right, so
All right.
I'm kicking it to you.
Okay, kicking it to me. We have a Breer Queen with Fitness by a Queen
Come
on
on.
the show today, and we are so excited, man.
I hope you didn't see me suck in as soon as she said fitness by a queen, I was like,
Fitness by a
oh,
Queen, y'all.
let
Y'all
me-
better get it together.
let me get myself.
It's the same thing when people eat food. They're like,
oh, your fitness. Oh,
Yes, like hiding
I don't-
somewhere.
let me hide my
we get
food.
rid of the burger.
Yeah.
Those are not real chip bags in the
No.
in the
No
trash.
corner,
No,
no,
chip
no,
bags?
no, what chip bags?
No.
No.
But we are so excited to have her on the show
Yeah,
today.
I don't think we've
and
had a fitness enthusiast.
We have
on.
not.
Nah, not
So
really.
you are the very first.
Yeah.
Am I the first?
Yes, you
First,
are.
yeah, because what do you run? Tell us a little bit about your business
Mm-hmm.
and what you do and some of your philosophies around
Yeah.
fitness. Yes.
So I have in-person training. That's a private studio in my
Okay,
house.
okay. Oh,
and
nice.
people can come. They don't have to worry about, because sometimes people get nervous when they're in the gym. Like,
Yes.
are people looking at me? Am I doing
Yes.
this
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So
and they're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah.
So yes.
and
they're judging you. They're
you know,
judging you
and
too.
you think people are judging.
I'm not gonna lie. We did a series and the guy was like, "Get a mirror," and I looked in the mirror. I was like, "Oh, I'm not doing it right."
Yeah, because you think it
Yeah.
feels fine, and you
Yeah.
tell people to make adjustments. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm doing that. And you're like,
doing it right. But no,
but
you're
no,
not.
you're
No,
not.
you're not. You're really not. You're not.
So the private studio is really comfortable for a lot of people, not having to worry about whether or not other people are looking at them.
Yeah.
Which most of the time, most people are so self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Absorbed.
True.
They're not paying any
Any
attention
attention.
to anybody
It's so true.
else.
They have their AirPods in. Sometimes
Yeah.
got the
That's
big
true.
headphones on, and they're just
or too worried
doing
about
their
other
thing.
people looking at them. They don't want to look around.
Yeah,
right?
So,
that's
right.
true.
But the private space is great for a lot of people. And also I have an app that people can use if you're in the gym. So a lot of people get memberships to gyms and they walk in and see all this
All the
equipment
stuff,
and they're
and they're
like,
like,
what am I supposed to do?
And walk right back out.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, or they'll come in like, well, get on the treadmill, look around, do some leg extensions, some
And
bench
true.
press,
we're gone.
and then I'm gonna go home because I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
So the app will give them a workout.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll plan, it's usually about 4 days, 3 to 4 days of workouts for them to do either in the
Nice.
gym or they can let me know what kind of equipment they have at home. And I can
Nice.
plan
Okay.
Yeah.
workouts based off of the equipment that they have available
Cool.
to them. And I just started doing boot camp classes.
Ah.
Yeah, so-
This like a cohort, a bunch of folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, nice,
Yes.
nice,
yes.
nice.
And
I
that's
like it.
at Now Indoor Soccer Academy. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and those are lunchtime classes. Yeah.
I have an idea that I will have to chat with you about.
Okay,
after
I
the
like
podcast.
ideas.
Yes.
Come on.
No, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to
Okay,
that.
great.
Sounds good.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, but no, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So man, let's put it in the chat.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yes.
You see her hashtag on the
How-
screen.
Come
Yes.
boot
How
camp
about-
with me.
Yeah, and y'all check
And
her
the
out
app
on
is
Instagram.
from anywhere. You can.
The
So
app
it
is
doesn't
from
matter
anywhere.
where. You don't have to be in Huntsville.
No.
No, anyone can do her workouts.
We got people watching from literally all over.
And
so.
she does snippets on her Instagram account, y'all. Check her
Yeah,
out on
yeah,
Instagram. She be
yeah.
killing it, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Killing
Kanique.
it.
Thank
for sure.
you.
Yeah, listen, we gotta big them up. Listen, we're excited. We're excited. Put a 5 in the chat if you have ever gone to a gym. See, we want to know: are you keeping up with your New Year's resolutions? Come on, talk to us. Be honest.
It's the end of January.
If I don't see any fives in if I don't see any fives in the chat, then I don't know. And this will air way into February.
Yeah, it
So,
will.
but yeah, I want to see fives. Are there any fives in the chat? They say that the drop off is right around Valentine's Day.
It is.
All my gym friends say
Yeah.
like, I'm not coming back until after Valentine's Day. Seriously.
No, it's true.
They're like, yeah, no, Valentine's Day is when.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
so
well,
sad.
people have goals at the beginning of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you have little Valentine's Day plans, like I'm gonna get right for
For
this
the
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day
Day.
situation, so I can be
Yeah.
either click, clack, or snatched up or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that
then-
After
happens.
that, they're like, all right, I'm good.
But the real drop off is if you have kids, spring break.
Oh yes.
You take the kids on vacation,
Vacation, and that's
then,
it. Oh wow, I didn't even think about that.
and then just get out of the flow. Like
Yeah.
kids are
That's
home.
true.
That's the
'cause
normal
you're-
rhythm.
Just
Yeah,
get
These
out
are
of
the
the
rhythms.
routine.
That's
The
so
rhythm's
crazy.
disturbed,
Yeah.
and it's hard to get back into it.
that's true.
Okay. We're
kinda
supposed
off
to. Yeah.
topic.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
we're not
Screw
really.
it, no,
We just
yeah.
wanted to make sure everybody knows what you do, who you are, some of the things that they can, they can look to your business for, which
Yeah.
I think is absolutely awesome. This is a space for business owners, entrepreneurs, incubators is what we like to call them. And we not only want to promote one another, share what it is that we do, but also give them an opportunity to vent
Yes,
or to praise. Some of them
Yeah,
have been
it doesn't have to
good.
always be
That's-
that,
But we prefer the venting. we do because there is no better client bureau. So we hope to
Yes.
hold space for businesses to say that client right there,
Leave them alone.
leave them alone. They're no good.
To look for the signs that's like,
Yeah.
this is the time to leave them. Don't work with them.
And if as you have those experiences, because you will, if you're continuing to breathe, you will have a bad experience at some point in time. But as you have those experiences, you can shift your perspective around the experience. Well, how can I learn? What can I do? What can I
some
change?
processes?
How can I tweak things? Maybe I can do things on the front end a little bit better. What did I contribute? Sometimes there isn't anything, but these are the types of things we like to hold space for. So, Abria,
Yeah.
Ready?
what story? I'm actually afraid because I mean, what kind of a story might she have for us? This is going to be interesting.
I feel like there is so much of a buildup to something being catastrophic. I feel like I'm gonna let you down.
No,
you won't.
trust me, you won't.
It's
No, you
fine.
won't.
We always come out of a story, or if not even a story, but something, and
Yeah.
we are able to get something from
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
whatever you share,
Okay.
I'm sure we'll
Oh,
get
certain of
something
it,
from
yes.
So for sure, for me, it was when I decided to launch the app.
Oh, okay.
Now, it sounds like a fantastic idea, right?
Right.
If you don't know what to do, you need a plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a
Yeah.
plan.
Here
You go
an
to the
app.
gym confused. Here's an app. I can make workouts for you based off of what you have.
Yeah.
It's great in concept,
In
right?
concept,
Yeah.
yeah.
The reason people pay me is for me to hold them accountable.
Accountable.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
okay.
they're not seeing me,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I can, you can text people, you can make phone calls. You'll say, yeah, I did the workout. It was great.
Well, are they actually doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
if we're not doing, so I had a client, I programmed her for, it was 3 months. And she paid every month. She probably did about 4 workouts in that 3 month time.
And they're
Dang.
supposed to be what, every
there
other
was,
day?
there was, she did 3 per week. She had 3 per week.
Oh, so she did
did
one a
one
week.
week.
Yeah, yeah. Made adjustments,
Man.
because it's also a thing where in the app you can video yourself.
Yeah,
and,
yes.
Oh,
That's
she
really
can
dope.
show me like how she was
she's
doing
doing it,
things.
yeah.
Like, okay, we'll make this adjustment here. Like, well, I can't do push-ups. And I was like, well, don't do them on your knees. Do them off the wall. So she did wall
Okay,
push-ups.
Okay.
And we made adjustments kind of as
Yeah,
we went.
yeah. So modular, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking into
so
account.
like
yeah.
first workout, great, did it. Then I would notice throughout the week, I'm like, there's no, because I can see whether you check it.
Ah, okay.
So like, okay, she checked that, cool, check that. And I check in with her. How are things going? Oh yeah. So I've been seeing them, and I checked them, but so I only did like 2 of them, but I did see them, and they look great.
the
But
workout.
But she ain't
Looks
doing
great.
them.
No, it's like, well, I don't know if it's like I'm ready to start yet. I might need some more. I don't know.
Oh,
so I
my.
think people just need to see me.
Yeah.
So I've changed that from that experience. I'm like, I will take the money, thanks, but I want to help people feel better about
This is
themselves and
good.
accomplish
This
a
is
goal,
good.
right? So it's not helping me either.
Yeah.
I'm not getting my good feels.
Feelings, yeah.
So selfishly,
Oh,
I'm
man,
not
that's
feeling
good.
any better
Yeah.
if you're not feeling better.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
So, and also setting goals that are like performance based.
Yeah, yeah.
So she had a goal if she wanted to lose weight, and because I had her like lifting. And
okay.
she was sore, she's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm sore and I feel like I'm getting bigger. I'm like, well,
you will.
you will.
You will.
Yeah.
In order for muscle
Yeah.
burns fat, right? Okay.
Right. Like you're gonna have to grow some muscle and all that. So she did that one and was sore. I'm like, well, I'm done. So for me, I need to make sure I set that expectation
Patient.
of
Yes.
after you do this first
And-
workout, you're gonna be really sore.
okay,
But it's okay, and explain the process.
Right.
So now I can do a better job of explaining like
Yeah.
what will happen.
Preparing them for what to expect.
Yeah.
Yes, and how your body will feel. And like you're not doing anything wrong. This is
Yeah.
just part of it.
Yeah, so expectations is a huge piece.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into that in just a second, but I want to go back a little because the truth is, that even as a coach myself, right, content coaching, there are so many that I've had to just say, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Because you're not going anywhere, you're not getting,
You're not
this is
putting
the
the
same
effort.
update that we've had for the
Yeah.
last 3-4 sessions.
Yeah.
I don't mind taking your money, but I also want to have a success story.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're in business, you've got to know what you want to see happen. What is the transformation? What is the thing you want to fix? What is the
Yeah.
problem you want to solve for your client?
Right.
And keep that paramount, keep that at the top. Money
that's
can't be
true.
that thing.
Oh yeah, no.
Because if you become known for, oh, they just took my money. That's
not
actually
good.
worse than just saying, you know what, okay, let's tweak some things,
Yeah.
let's make some changes so that
Right.
we can help you achieve your goals.
Yeah.
Because that now you'll be known for that. When she talks to other people, it's like, man, I didn't even do anything, but she came through and tweaked and changed and made sure it was something that I could do.
Yeah.
Because that becomes what you're known for, and in business, that's critical.
It is.
You do
Yeah,
not
it
want to
is.
be
That's true.
known as somebody who's just just take their money.
take their
In
money,
fact,
yeah.
I'll be honest with you. That's why I don't like the gym, because they know, like they know
They
the
know you're
trends
not
that we
coming.
know.
Yep, they know you.
No, they do. They know the trends we know,
Yeah,
and
that's
they're
true.
like, oh yeah, guaranteed. They oversell their membership. If everybody that had memberships at these gyms came every
There's a
day,
percentage.
Yeah.
they
expected
would
to
be in
come.
trouble.
And the way how they set up their payment system, you
Oh, it's
have
automatic.
to do automatic.
Yeah,
they don't
you-
give
you
you the
get the
option
best
to
deal.
pay.
Yeah.
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 So you
Yeah.
gotta
It's
do
the
it.
Planet Fitness motto.
That's so crazy. That's crazy. But then, okay, then the last piece, of course, you shared now, being able to look at what happened and make those changes. I think
Right.
it is not said enough that in business you must review.
Right.
Must
Yeah,
review and tweak and change. So did you actually work with your developers to actually add some other components into the app?
No, so the app, the functionality of the app is okay. So I just added in, if they're not local, a Zoom call once a month, and if they're local, I go to them.
Okay,
Oh,
once a
that's
month.
good.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes
that's
sense, yeah.
that's a whole different touch.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now you can physically look them
Yeah,
in
so
the
I can
eye.
see what they're
and-
doing.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So and that once a month is a workout.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can
So
see
you have
their
to
form
pay
and
a
things.
once a month,
Yeah,
visit,
yeah.
or a Zoom, something I
Yes.
can
Got it,
see
got it.
see you working.
Ah, I like
That's
it.
good.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely going to help hold someone accountable. And if you tell them on the front end, these are the reasons why it's built the way that it's built.
Yeah.
You kind of set that expectation.
Yeah.
That's all good
That's
stuff.
really good.
I mean,
That's
this
good.
is all
Had to
applicable.
learn the hard way.
but
Well, those are the best lessons, right?
Yeah, this is how we learn. I think in business, that's kind of
Yeah.
how it goes, right?
Right.
You unfortunately, I guess that's right. There is no class. There are business classes, but there's not like a business classes
gosh,
for the
yeah.
actual day-to-day running of a
No,
business
there isn't.
and
Because
doing the
people are
review.
constant variable. Yeah.
Yes, they are. That's a good way to put that.
Constant variable.
That is good.
Oh, I like that. That might be
We're
another
gonna have to
shirt.
use that. Yeah.
People are
our
constant variable.
Where my pen at?
Wait, before y'all, make sure do your
Bria.
girl a little cut.
Yeah. On that T-shirt. No, that's a good one.
Fitness by
Constant
Queen,
variable.
just as
Come
a
on.
tag.
People are constant variable. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Put that in the chat. Hashtag people are constant variable. Oh my goodness. If you find it true, don't put it in the chat if you don't know this to be
so
true.
true.
But if
Oh
you
my
know it to be true,
goodness.
that is amazing. No. That I don't even have any. Did you want to say anything else on that one? That is good.
That was really
You
good.
said we said it was going to be a build up to it. No, that was
No,
gold.
a lot of stuff
That
in
was
there.
gold.
Right.
I'm actually, my mind is still thinking because I think you're in such a different lane than some of our other guests and of course ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't have to physically be in the same place with the person. I can work with
yeah.
people all over the world.
Right.
And so even for coaching and things like that, but I do it face to face, but I don't physically need to see how they're doing their
Oh, right.
stuff. In fact, if they're as long as they're posting their videos, I can check up on them.
Yeah.
I can look and say, hey, it's
When
been
was
4
last
weeks since the
time
last
you
YouTube
posted a
video dropped.
video?
So
Oh, right.
what are we doing? So but having that component and adding that piece in, which I think could actually benefit me as well. Now that I think about it, having some of my clients do asynchronous, so they just do email. Like they'll email me a question. They're paying for access to ask me a question.
Okay.
But if I add into that just once a month Zoom,
Yeah.
it's a
That would be
huge
even
value
better.
add.
And they pay for
That's-
the consultation.
They pay
fee.
for the consult.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you add it in because they
Yeah.
sign up for 6 months at a time, so you just
Okay.
kind of space it out across there. That could be a huge value add for them. Yeah, no, that's why I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
looking
good.
at it from different angles, and I share that because I hope that those who are watching do the same.
Also thinking
Yeah,
about how you
think
could
about your
possibly
business.
add these into your
Okay,
own business.
man, that's the lesson she learned. How does that apply to my current scenario because I'm in business as well? And I love the fact that it's not quite a villain story, right?
Yeah.
It is not really a villain,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You said it is so well. People are constant variable.
Yes.
So you take that into account in how you are offering your services, how you are doing your business planning. What do those offerings look like? What do those packages look like? Taking into account that people
Yeah.
will people,
Take care.
right? They
'Cause
will
working
do
out is
their
hard.
thing. Yeah, no, it's a whole your motivation, your mindset.
Right.
Yeah.
Changing
yeah.
your whole routine,
Mercy.
adding a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that
That's
soreness
true.
hits
Yeah.
you and you're not used to it.
Yeah, like what did she do to
No,
me?
Yeah. Yeah. I recently started working out again after taking a long break and I was limping around like, man, I don't remember being this sore in a long time.
See?
Feel the burn, man. That's that
Feel
good
the burn. Listen, I feel so proud that we both worked
Like
out
the
before
burn.
you came over today.
Yeah, we
That-
did.
it's
I
like,
know,
yes,
right? I
we
told
worked out.
Yeah,
yes.
Kanique told me.
Yeah, that we worked
Yeah.
out.
Sanity,
Thank you,
just
God.
a little bit. We don't feel bad. We feel
No,
good.
no. And I feel great. I feel great. Well, take a second and share it with folks. I know you have the app. We know, a little bit about your platforms, Fitness by a Queen. Definitely check out that handle.
Yes.
But if you have any like special deals coming up, any new programs, maybe like you talked about the group
Yeah.
Yes,
piece
yeah.
that you'll be doing as
If
well.
you're in Huntsville, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
if you're in Huntsville, Madison area, even Decatur, because Decatur is not that far.
It isn't.
Really
If
not that
you
far.
have lunch break time, I know a lot of people are working from home, so I'm targeting my work from home people. Classes are noon on Wednesday and Friday at now Soccer Academy. It's 147 Westchester Road, Building F. That is a mouthful. But classes noon and noon Wednesday and Friday. So
Yeah.
and
We'll make sure we'll
Fitness
put
by
that
Queen.
in the description as
Yeah.
well, so that
Yep.
people can find it and check it out. Have you ever done any online? I wonder if you.
No, you know what? And people keep, so I teach a spin class also.
Uh-huh.
And people are telling me, because it's like basically like hip hop music.
Yeah,
spin.
yeah,
I
yeah.
do all the crazy bike
Yeah,
stuff.
let's
you
go.
do?
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, a little dancing on the bike. And people have moved and like, I can't find another class like this.
Wow.
Like, can
Can
you
you
record
do
it?
it on-
Like, put it on YouTube or something. It's like, I will follow your class and record it and be on my
you
bike
should
and
do
wherever doing
should
my
do it.
thing.
So is there a screen on the bike? Or
No.
is it like they would just put it on the TV?
I would have to like.
No, I
set
mean
up
like
something.
the person.
Oh,
the
the person?
Yeah.
Set their
They'll
phone
just,
up somewhere, I
just,
guess.
and just
Yeah.
watch it,
Yeah.
even on TV. Yeah, they have a screen in their workout room. They can just watch
I have
it.
more ideas.
Yeah, so I need to
No.
I need to do that. I
Maybe.
need to YouTube
Now I'm like-
classes or something, film myself. Yeah.
We're gonna.
Apparently, Will has ideas.
I have got multiple.
I'm excited about the
I've got
ideas.
multiple ideas. But listen, thank you so much for sharing with us your story,
Yes.
sharing your experiences and what you've learned.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely beneficial to those who are watching in our audience. If you enjoyed what Abria has shared with us today, go ahead and leave a little something in the chat. You know, a little clap emoji, something. As they say, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. We're not in the church today. Okay, but listen, we're excited that you came through. We probably are going to have you come back. You know,
Yes.
just to kind of follow
Yeah,
up on
hey,
some other
season
things. You never can
3,
tell what might happen.
Come
Oh.
on.
So
We're
we're
in
definitely
season
looking
2,
forward to
so.
that. But this has been a great experience for us today, and we're going to leave it right there.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
So it was a good one, right?
It was.
It was good. Real good.
Somebody's upset in the chat right now because you're like, dang, I fell off. Man, it's
Year's
just after
resolutions.
Valentine's Day, and dang, they're so right. I am not going back. But this could be your reminder. So you
back to
made
the
it all the
gym.
way to Valentine's Day, which was just this past Wednesday, and now you're seeing this, and this is your reminder, like, oh snap, let me not fall off. Let me get to the gym. Anyway. But there's, one of the things I love about this is not really. You probably saw it as a tangential point in our discussion in our interview today. But one of the things I love about hanging out with entrepreneurs and business owners is that as you're talking with one another, somebody may have an idea for your business. You may have an idea for their business, and as you share those ideas, you can be like, oh man, that's another way that I can kind of take this to another level. And we did talk after,
Yes.
and there are some, some other possibilities and opportunities. I listen, I create content. I shared this with you earlier. This is what I do. I create content. And as soon as she said the whole bike thing, I was like,
You can make that happen.
There's a lot that can happen there. Just trying to navigate, some of the copyright issues for music. But anyway, the whole idea is, man, another fringe benefit of coming to this space is that you get a chance to see these ideas, these organic moments happen real time.
Yes,
And if you are not looking at the ways that people are tweaking their businesses after they've shared their experience on the couch, and from the lens of, I wonder if I could add something like that to my own business, you may be missing out, fam. You don't don't miss that.
Don't
miss
just
that.
watch the episode and go about your day.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about, how can I possibly implement something similar to my business?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be in that mode.
Yeah. I think there's a component and a level of accountability in every client engagement. I mean, real talk. Some people come to us because they're like, we know that you have your schedule
get it
built
done.
in. I've got a client right now who has a live show coming up in April, and it's like, I have my reminders already, they're laid out by my VA. So as soon as that reminder comes up, I drop them a already, template email that, boom, hey, we're at such and such a mark. I need these things from you so that we can be on time. There is a level of accountability. So even though she is in a business where accountability is like the name of the game for fitness and exercise, but even for me, for projects that I'm trying to get off the ground, if you want to keep things on the right timeline, you want to, fall behind, you want to get ahead, you want to build that stuff in, and you can look at your whole business process from that perspective of, I want to fill this need for my client. And sometimes that need is a part of your expertise, but sometimes that need is your systems. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of my repeat business, I would like to think it's because I just do such a phenomenal job of live shows, but I think it's also because my systems get them across the line.
Yes.
Boom,
yes.
like, if it wasn't for these systems, I don't even think that this whole event or hybrid conference or live show series would have even happened. And that is what you want to be thinking about, even in terms of your own, target audience as well.
True. And I love how she kind of realized where the issue was and found a solution to kind of resolve it. Like, now she's already implemented the whole in-person or Zoom meeting to help that client get past wherever they were stuck. And now The next client, she's like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna have this in person at least once, I think, a month,
yeah.
just to make sure you are on track. And I love how she just quickly pivoted and is
Yeah.
now implementing that in her system. And we need to be in that kind of thought as well.
Yeah.
Where you see where a client may not be, getting things to you at a right time or however it is for your business. You've got to think of, okay, what other solution can I provide
place, yeah.
to get them where they need to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah. This is business 101.
Yeah.
but I guess not not so much business 101, but if you hear these stories and you just say, man, that was cool, and you walk away, you're like, another great episode
No, you gotta
of the
think
Incubators
about it.
Couch. But you never say, man, so she's in her industry, she's in her expertise, in her field. How would that apply? If I had a client that was like the client that Abria just shared,
Yeah.
what would you do for that client in your context for your
Yes.
business? And how can I level up? Because the thing that I loved is that what she added to fix the problem was not just a value add. It had a price attached to it.
It did have a price.
So for me, it was like, oh.
But
You're
now
keeping them
they-
accountable,
yes.
and you've increased your price.
Yes, she has. But now that's all in her package now. So now they know ahead of time.
Yeah.
This is what's included in the package.
And you have social proof baked in, meaning
Yes.
I can say to somebody, no, the Zoom is not
Not negotiable.
not optional. It's
Yeah.
not optional because I've had experiences with other clients and it didn't go well when we didn't have that face to face.
Yes.
And and listen, the person signing up is gonna start nodding your head like, oh yeah, they know
True.
they know me.
They know.
Yeah, they know because I probably need that
You need
Zoom.
that.
I need that, yeah. And that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
The more you have opportunities to work with your ideal customer and client, the more you can add these wraparound services because you know them.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they are.
Yeah, she's been working with
Yeah.
clients for so long now. She knows the cycle. She knows how people are.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what she said. People are a constant variable. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that is so
that's
gold.
That's what the landing
So
point right there.
gold.
People
Oh my
are
goodness.
a constant variable.
Yes.
Oh my word.
She
They've-
said that and I was like, whoo.
Constant
Wow.
variable for the win.
Yeah.
My
Think about
goodness. So, like, I don't know about y'all, but for me, oh gosh,
Yeah.
people are a constant
it. She
variable.
said that so well.
Woo! The whole process, everything that I do in business would just be straight like this, like an arrow, if it weren't for people.
It weren't for people.
They
Oh
are
my
the
goodness.
variable.
Oh my goodness.
The
Keep you on your
variable.
toes.
Like, well, it normally works, but people be people,
Oh, people be people and
Yeah.
oh my,
people,
I'm writing that down.
people be, yeah, constant variable.
Oh my God.
That's it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. That one little nugget.
that
Sometimes
down.
it's just like that one sentence will, you hear that and you're immediately like, yo, that is so true.
So
So yeah, so look out for the T-shirt, and it's gonna have a little queen thing on there as well. We want to
know,
give
we
her a
gonna
shout
have
out
to.
because that's her line.
That's her joint, yeah. But yeah, that was an excellent episode. We're so glad Abria came through.
Yeah.
And we hope you got value from the episode as well.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. We have several more coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We're rounding home base here in the month of February, so
Mm-hmm.
we will have that final show, and then we'll get into March, and we're excited about that. And listen, man, if you are local to Huntsville or you're going to be in Huntsville, drop us an email at the email address you see on
Yeah.
screen. If you want to be a guest on the Incubators Couch,
Hey, come on through.
we always
Come
say
on
just
through.
like you, and you're watching, and we'd like to have you.
yeah.
So we still have space in our schedule
Mm-hmm.
to add new people, and we'd love to be able to bring you on and have you share some of your experiences as well as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So definitely hit us up where that's concerned. Contact us at yourcomposition.com. Email address is it's on the screen all the time.
Yeah.
And listen, if you want to hit us up outside of Incubators Couch, you can do that too.
Yeah, definitely. You can reach out to us. We will respond.
I got a DM from somebody. Not sure if it was on my side or on the How It All Works side or it was on composition side. It doesn't matter. But they were saying, man, they caught an episode of the show and they were like, man, do you do any business coaching? aside from your content coaching. I was like, well, it's not really something that we've branched into, but we'd be open, you know. I mean, if
never
we
know.
feel like, you know, I feel like coaching is
know.
kind of coaching. So, but no, if you're in business, you know how a business can be run, should be
Yes.
run. So there's some nuggets that you can absolutely pass along to others who are kind of getting started. So we would love that. Hit us up for whatever reason. Even if you just want to drop us a message and say hi, we'd love to hear from you. But with that said, I think that brings us to a close
Yeah.
for this week's episode of Incubators Couch.
See you next week.
I thought you were going to say the lines.
Oh, no. Later.
Incubators Couch
Couch
is
is
unscripted,
unscripted,
vulnerable
vulnerable
conversations
conversations
for
entrepreneurs
and
and
business
business
owners.
owners just like you.
And we'll see you, family, in the next video.